Good afternoon. Good afternoon to everyone. It's such a blessing and a privilege to be here today. This is Point of View with me, Shirley Polk, right here on the World Wide Web. We're on YouTube, Facebook. We're on, I upload to LinkedIn. And I also have channels on twitch.com and Africa TV, AFREECA TV. So we're going on. Dear God, as I sit before you to speak, I pray to you that my soul you will keep. And if I should die before I finish, I pray to you, dear God, in the name of Jesus, that any outstanding sins will be forgiven. Amen. I hope you are doing well today. That prayer includes you also. I never leave you out. I never ever leave you out because I am so grateful. You don't have to stop and watch and listen to me, but you do it, and I appreciate you so much. I really, really do. Today, don't let the cares of this life steal your hope for the future. Don't let the cares of this life steal your hope for the future. And cares of this life, and there wouldn't be, if people weren't involved in our lives, then there might not be too many cares going on that we would have to be. But it's all based on life itself, our environment, our surroundings, everything, things that are happening to us day by day, things we hear, things that are forced upon us, all kinds of things are happening today in this world. So we don't want you any longer, if you have been, none of us, to any longer let it steal our hope for the future. Don't let the cares of this life steal your hope for the future. And there is in here, I want to go to it because it's been referencing some scriptures to me. And then I want to also do this. I haven't been in Tiny Buddha in a long time. So let me see here. I'm in psychology today. You know that is one of my favorite sites. Don't let anything dim your inner light. And this is from Tiny Buddha and Bridgman. Courtney Bridgman contributed this. The more light you allow within you, the brighter the world you live in will be. And that's by Shakti Gawain. Shakti Gawain. And if I'm mispronouncing it, I ask you to excuse me. It's Shakti. It's either Shakti or Shakti Gawain. Gawain. And so the writer goes on to tell us, and this was a contribution. It doesn't have the date of contribution, does it? I don't see it. But don't let anyone or anything dim your inner light. Okay? We're positive minded here. We state the facts, we state the pros and the cons because we want everyone to be able to hear, and you judge for yourself and you choose to use this information for yourself. I'm not trying to force anything on anyone, okay? But I contribute what helps me, all right? So the writer goes on to say, I was born with it. I know I was. There was a light within me that showed in my smile, my dancing around the house, my love for life, for friends, for family, and my bright future. Oh, yes. I'm enjoying this already. And she said, I don't remember, the writer saying, I don't remember the exact day it happened. I don't remember the last event that did it, but my inner light went out. I was no longer the happy go lucky girl I once was. I became lost in an abyss of darkness and sadness. Happiness and joy were a thing of the past. Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever felt like that? We're going to talk about this today and we're going to help each other. We're going to inspire each other. Oh, yes, we are. So, was it heartbreak over the guy I was supposed to marry who broke my heart? Was it the fact that my parents got divorced and I was suddenly in the middle of it? Was it because I never stepped up for myself or spoke my truth? Did I do anything so horrible that my karma was kicking in? I couldn't figure it out. I was suddenly paralyzed in fear, and my world became a place where I no longer wanted to be. I wanted out. I was diagnosed with stage 3 melanoma at the age of 21. The doctor who performed the biopsy called the house to let me know the results and left a message. I deleted the message. About an hour later, my parents asked me if my doctor had called. I told them yes and that I had deleted the message. They immediately called the doctor's office in the other room. A few minutes later, they came into my room crying and told me I had stage 3 melanoma and needed to have it removed immediately. I wasn't scared. In fact, I was relieved in a sense that there may be something that removed me from this world of pain I now lived in. I was numb. Isn't that something? That the cares of this life, the things can happen in this world that just make you give up. And we know examples, we know of occasions, we know of times when people have totally given up. And it was too late for us to even do anything about it because we didn't know. Maybe we were so busy trying to take care of our cares and our woes, so we just completely neglected to see the trouble that they were experiencing. So, and she goes on to say, I no longer had the ability to form friendships. I lost the knack, which used to come so easily to me. I didn't allow anyone to get close to me. My walls came up so high, and I swore no one would ever get in. The shame, the guilt, the embarrassment of the girl I had become began to eat me up alive. Why was I even here anymore? What was the point? This author is being so real with us, isn't she? Have you ever felt like that? This is for someone. This is for someone, whether it's today, which is the 19th of August in the year 2025, or if it's for someone in the year 2029, 30, 40, 50, whatever year it is, however long this world lasts, it's for someone. Take heed and take an example from this story here. And she goes on to say, from the tender age of 18, I suffered daily with pain and fear and constantly had to tell myself out loud I can do this. I can do this. Whether it was showing up for work or any other area in my life. In order to deal with all this emptiness and fear, I felt the only way out was to drink, do drugs, and self destruct in any way I could. I drank to the point where I would black out because that is where I found peace, a total escape from my reality. It didn't matter to me if I was putting myself in harm's way or ruining the relationships with those close to me. I had to do it. I did not care anymore. She was at a bad point, wasn't she? Bless her heart and her mind. Bless her soul. But I know we're going to get to the part that's going to uh, inspire us. The last straw was on New Year's Eve 2001, when I went out and went into my usual blacked out state. I ended up telling my friend I wanted to kill myself. The next morning, my mom, who I had a strained relationship with because of her inability to watch me self destruct, called me and was in tears. She told me my friend called her and told her I said I wanted to take my life. My mom pleaded with me to get help as soon as possible. I thought about it for a minute and pondered what she said. Live this miserable life of self hatred and addiction or get help. The decision I made was to get help because I had reached my bottom emotionally, physically, and spiritually, and had a tiny grain of hope that I had a chance. That tiny grain of hope. What does it say? If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can say to the mountain, be thou removed. Oh, yes, and it will move if you have that much faith. She said she had a tiny grain of hope that she had a chance. Attending my first rehab at the age of 27 was the beginning of my road to recovery and freedom. I wish I could say I got it my first time around, but that's not my story. She's telling us. Two rehabs, countless relapses, and lost relationships, and continuous fear and anxiety consumed me until the age of 38, when I finally surrendered and saw that I could not do this life thing on my own. It took her, what was that, 10 more years? 11 years. 11 years. Fear ruled my life. It was the gripping anxiety I felt on a daily basis in my stomach and in my heart. I had heard the acronym for fear, which is future events already ruined. I expected the worst to happen in my situation, in any situation of my life. It wasn't until I realized I wasn't in charge and my self will had taken me to these dark places that felt a, I felt a load off of my jaded soul. My goodness. And I'm going to read that again. She said, it wasn't until I realized I wasn't in charge and my self will had taken me to those dark places that I felt a load off of my jaded soul. My goodness. I began to see spiritually, As a solace to my pain, spirituality, I had hope, hang on, pain ends, that there was a light beyond my darkness. I heard you gain strength through trials and emotional bottoms. The fact that I saw others who had suffered and found a way out made me feel that I could do it too. I wasn't the only one who wasn't able to cope with life. And see, we have to realize that we're not the only ones going through what we're going through. There's someone somewhere. Hello, Sister Williams. Thank you so much for being here with me. Somebody somewhere is going through trials and tribulations. Somebody somewhere is having a hard time. Oh, yes, they are. They're having a hard time. And God knows that we are not in this alone. And I am so grateful because He has blessed us all to know you're not in this alone. And that's why these topics come to me. And I am so thankful that God gives them to me. I am so grateful that He gives them to me because it makes me feel more encouraged each and every day. I'm not downtrodden. I'm not suffering from anxiety or anything like that. But you don't have to be. If you're not, this can still help you. It can help you. It really can. You can help someone else by sharing this webcast. Wherever you are, these go all over the world. Wherever there is internet, people are privy to this webcast. And so she goes on to say, I started to see meditation as a way to find the answers to life's challenges and struggles. This came as such a relief because I used to think I had to come up with the answers in my head, which was a dangerous place to be since it had led me to this place where I no longer wanted to live. I began attending 12-step meetings specific to my struggles, which helped me learn skills on how to live my life in a healthy way. I related to people and their pain and was able to share mine. Finally, my pain was paying off. It allowed me to help others so that maybe they would not have to suffer as long as I did. I was no longer a victim of my life. I had appreciation and gratitude for my dark past. I began to pray to a higher power. I learned for the first time in my life to go. Let go of the outcomes, the fear, reactions for actions of other people, my career, my job, and my relationships. All of it. Am I practicing letting go on a daily basis? No, but the key thing is that I have a willingness to try. Just knowing I have the option to try to let go gives me a peace of mind that I have not had for a very long time. This is quite a testimony, isn't it? If I had allowed people and situations that hurt me to burn out my inner light, she said, let me reread this because this is very important. I had allowed people and situations that hurt me to burn out my inner light. No one turned off my light. I did. Knowing this gave me the freedom to find it again. Everyone is born with an inner light. Some of us can hold on to it, and others lose it and have to work extremely hard to get it back. My road back to my light has been painful, scary, exciting, and fulfilling. I would not change any of it, she tells us. Oh my goodness. I am a stronger woman because of it, and for that, I am extremely grateful. This is wonderful. This is so good. And this is by Courtney Bridgman, and it's spelled Bridgman. Oh my goodness. And so it says in this, it says that she's soon to be a spiritual coach. Courtney is the mother of two healthy and happy boys who remind her on a daily basis how to stay in the present moment and also what unconditional love is. And then so you can visit Courtney's blog, and she has a blog, and I am in Tiny Buddha, Tiny Buddha, and I will. Uh, I'm going to try to copy this so I can put this on there so you can visit her blog because you might want to go back and read this. You just might. Okay, that's Tiny Buddha. Let me go to psychology today. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. This is a wonderful day, isn't it? It's a wonderful day. Next, this is Susan Deges White, PhD. And this is Psychology Today. Don't let others define you, your life, or your future. Do you feel guilty for not doing what others say you should be doing in life? And this was posted on in 2019 on September 30th. And it was reviewed by Labi Ma. Okay, what should you do that you are not? Let's go on here to these. Okay, Psychology Today. Don't let others define you, your life, or your future. I'm telling you, the cares of life can get you down, people in your ear, saying this and that and the other, and all the negativity that's going on in this world. The news is just all day long, 24/7, talking about the woes and the bad things that are happening, and this one is doing this, and they're uh, what is that they call martial law in these cities, especially the cities that have uh, what is it? The population is mostly people of our persuasion. All kinds of things are going on. They're trying to uh, take our voting rights away from us. They're trying to make this a world for just a certain uh, ethnic group and all of that. There's so much going on. Hi, Nancy. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate it. Thank you. So, what should you be doing that you are not? This is Psychology Today. Don't let the cares of this life steal your hope for the future. I'm telling you, if you just hold on, hold on, hold on, and just take my hand virtually, just imagine holding my hand and me holding yours to give each other strength. We're here for each other. Don't let the cares of this life steal your hope for the future. However, these woes come, however they come, They cannot claim you if you don't let it. And that's why I'm here today. Most of us are raised with an internal code of ethics or emotional barometer that reminds us that we live up to our promises and complete our tasks on time. We all seem to live on a very tight schedule that so when we are spending time doing what we'd rather, guilt creeps in and reminds us that we're not doing what we should. Sometimes the shoulds, SHOULDS, are things that other people are telling us we should be doing, or even things that we just imagine that other people are thinking. We can create a lot of inner turmoil all by ourselves without even realizing that only we know what we ourselves should be doing. That is amazing. But you know that is so true. And yeah, you felt like that, haven't you? Let go of nagging self doubts. This is another thing we should do. Let go of nagging self doubts. When we spin our wheels or go in circles wondering about what we should be doing, we are clearly not making any progress moving forward in our lives. When it comes down to it, no one is inside your head but you. And we have to realize this, but and we understand this natural take she has here. But we know that the enemy, which is Satan, who is the devil, Satan is the devil. And he will do anything that he can to disturb our peace of mind. He will do it. So when it comes down to it, no one is inside your head but you. And we know all about that too. So we have to condition ourselves, we have to train ourselves, and if we need to get some psychological help, we need to do that. No spiritual help, yes, we need to do that. No one is living your life but you. And that is true. No one is living our life but us. But everybody else seems like so many others are trying to live our lives for us. So don't let the cares of this life steal your hope for the future. Because if you let it, all they're going to do is, well, I knew it. There's no reason to give away ownership of your decisions to what anonymous others think you should be doing with your life. Next, you really don't have to do it all and do it well. And we have to remember that. I remember one of my college professors told me, she said, "You're a perfectionist, aren't you? Because I want everything to be done right and done well, done all the time. How about you? How about you?" But it's in here, she's saying here in Psychology Today, you really don't have to do it all and do it well. We really don't have to. Many of us think we have to do it all. It's really our culture today to make us think that we're not doing everything we should be doing, from 24/7 news. Didn't I just say that about the news? Cycles to email to text to social media, such as constantly rolling Twitter feeds and Facebook and Instagram like boasting feeds. One big problem is FOMO. And what is that? Fear of missing out. And you know, that is the truth, the fear of missing out. And and I think about that sometimes, and I've said it before more than once, that even there are some people in your life, they continue to be in your life, they mean you no good at all. You know it, they know it, but they just keep hanging around. And this is what it's all about. FOMO, Fear of missing out. They think they're going to miss something that you might do that might help them to gain some traction in life too. So one big problem is FOMO, FOMO, or fear of missing out. When we see the awesomely fulfilling or exciting or heartwarming activities of others everywhere we look, it's easy to feel that our own lives are somehow lacking, although we actually may be staying super busy and accomplishing a lot of the normal routine things that actually bring us satisfaction and joy. What is most important in quelling the shoulds that play in your own head is taking a little bit of time to reflect on what is truly important to you. And I would repeat that, okay? What is most important in quelling the shoulds, SHOULDS, that play in your own head is taking a little bit of time to reflect on what is truly important to you personally in your life, you, okay? Priority one, make a list of all the things that you feel have personal and intrinsic value to you. Maybe it's a clean home, maybe it's a hot meal on the table every night, maybe it's an annual vacations to amusement parks with the children. Maybe it's keeping up with your favorite TV show. Maybe it's a weekly night out with your friends or a date night with your significant other. Once you make a list of what you truly value, then you've created the only list of should ever really matter. Oh, yes, this is nice. Next is tips for giving up shoulds. SHOULDS. Number one, first, remind yourself that there's no reason to carry burdens that are not yours to carry. And I've said this before. Elder Davis would tell me, Sister Davis, you suffer vicariously. He told me that once. And I said, Elder Davis, what does that mean? He said, you worry about things that are not even yours to worry about. You carry other people's burdens when you should not. You don't have to. So free yourself from guilt because no one does everything they should. Doing what we can is sometimes all we can do, and that's the truth. Number two, remind yourself you are the boss of yourself. It's up to you to do what is necessary to feel successful and satisfied with what you accomplish. And she said, when my three children were teenagers, and she has the word kids in here, but I don't call children kids. And she said, when they were teenagers, she said, I remember how tickled I was when my youngest son yelled at his older brother, you can't make me. You're not the boss of me. And haven't we all said that in one form or another? You're not my mama. You're not my daddy. You can't make me do that. Haven't we said it? So that classic comeback was surprisingly true. We are all the boss of ourselves, and we have the right to determine what it is that we really should be investing our time and energy into doing. Number three, figure out what is most important to you in life and then focus on working towards these goals. When a should starts playing through your head, or when someone else, no matter how well meaning, tells you what they think you should be doing, remind yourself that no one but you is the boss of you. Oh yes. And don't I used to not want to hurt people's feelings. I would think if I said no, it would hurt their feelings if I didn't go along, and not into dangerous stuff and things like that, but just typical things that I might not have wanted to do. And and some things you should say to people, and then I would think, well, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that. But now, hey, I do it as tactfully as I can now, and in the love that I can show. But I'm not going to do something that I don't want to do anymore if it's not for me to do. Now, it's a difference in God telling us what to do and what not to do. We know that's a definite difference. But for people running our lives and trying to live their lives through us, never, never, ever again. Number 4, change those shoulds into coulds. Think of them as possibilities, not obligations. Then, when a should creeps up, remind yourself that while you could be doing that other thing, you're choosing to do the things that are on your own priority to do list. All right. Isn't that wonderful? Now, here are some examples. Maybe I should have been a lawyer, but going to law school just wasn't a priority. Maybe I should keep my house cleaner, but spending time with my children is my priority. Maybe I should make my own holiday gifts, but my priority is making time to do the things that I value most. And holidays are about spending time with people I love. Isn't that nice? That is so nice. I like that. Next section here, how do we diffuse the shoulds that play through our head? How do we diffuse the shoulds that play through our heads? Here we go. Remember, you do not have to seek approval from absolutely everyone who knows you for your life choices. When we constantly try to please other people and do what they think we should do, we are taking away our own power to do what we know is right to do. Oh, yes. Remember, repeating that, okay? You do not have to seek approval from absolutely everyone who knows you for your life choices. When we constantly try to please other people and do what they think we should do, we are taking away our own power to do what we know is right for us. Oh, that is so true. Have confidence in yourself and give yourself time to reflect on what you value: lifestyle, goals, accomplishments, experiences. Focus on those things, the things that make you happy, the things that you value, you yourself. Yeah, you. The things that make you happy, that allow you to live the life you want, and to have your world filled with the people like family, friends, etc., and things you value are the things that you want on your priority list. Life is short, and there are so many choices out there and so many examples of how people might live. Don't let trying to live someone else's life get in the way of living the life that brings you satisfaction and contentment. Please don't. Not any longer, okay? Don't do that. Be happy for yourself. They have a test here also. And that is the end of that in Psychology Today. And so we're talking about don't let the cares of this life steal your hope for the future. Don't do it. Don't do it, okay? And the author here is Suzanne, and I think that's Degis White. She's a licensed counselor and professor at Northern Illinois University. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. I have really enjoyed this segment of Point of View with Miss Shirley Polk. I love doing this. I love doing this. I am so grateful to God that He has given me this avenue to reach the whole wide world. Thank you, God. And I'm, like I said, I'm praying for and with you too. I think about you. I might not and think of everybody's name all the time because I don't have to, there's no time in this world to think of everybody's name when I'm praying, but I'm praying for everybody. And God knows that. And I love you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. And please share this webcast. And remember, you are your priority. And I'm not saying neglect other people. I'm not. I'm not saying don't care for other people. But if you don't prioritize yourself, then you won't have the energy and whatever else you need to help someone else along the way. So remember you first, then spread that love, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. And on Mondays, please, I have Monday morning 5 minutes of prayer. And I set it for 7 a.m. and sometimes I don't hit 7 a.m., but I do stay in the 5 minute range, okay? And so when you get the notification that I'm live, but even if you don't get the prayer live, the prayer is on here perpetually. It's online, okay? And on Tuesdays and Thursdays is Point of View with Miss Shirley Polk. On Fridays is the Mother's Board Inc. with Dr. JJ McCollister and myself. On Saturday evenings at 7:39 p.m. is Greater Gospel Temple Church of Praise and Worship and Inspiration of God Ministries Inc. Saturday evening Bible lesson session. On Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. is Greater Gospel Temple Church of Praise and Worship and Inspiration of God Ministries Inc. Sunday morning manna from heaven. Thank you so much. And on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. across the board, Tuesday through Friday. On Wednesdays at 1 p.m. is from the Biblical Files of Dr. Mack, which is hosted by Dr. JJ McCollister. Okay? Thank you so much. And please enjoy the rest of your day, evening, night, afternoon, midday, morning, whichever it is. And don't let the cares of this life steal your hope for the future. Please don't do that. And feel free to message me. You can call me. I think the phone number's on here, 469-629-9543. You can contact me, and God willing, I will get back with you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.